Hey Beauts, Fanny Ann here, and welcome back to another edition of Fresh Fiction. Sound like Jimmy from South Park. My beatboxing skills are on point. Obviously, as you could tell from the last one, which was a Slender Man one, we're going to try and do some very strange smut, because I'm kind of sick and a little bit disgusted by obviously the real people, so I want to do something that's just, you know, weird. And Spideypool is a thing. Spider-Man and Deadpool is a thing. Do not want to add it to my library. Why would I want to add it to my library? Okay, so obviously you tapped in, as I usually do, Spideypool smut to see what came up. There's a lot. Of course there is. Don't know why I thought there wouldn't be any. What is the world? Okay, so are we ready to dive in to the pool that is Spideypool? Okay, so this one's called Beg, and there's about 3 different parts to this one. So we'll read as much as we kind of can take in at one point. Excuse the pun. And then we'll see, shall we? Hey, Spidey, you can't just leave me like this. Peter didn't bother turning around to look where he had Deadpool up against the wall, with his hands and feet bound with webbing. I love that he can, you know, that's handy, being Spider-Man. If you don't have rope available, webbing. Whatcha? He answered dismissively. The webbing will dissolve in a few hours. Really? Is that how it works? I didn't know that his webbing dissolves. I thought it just stuck there for life. I think this person's making this up. You'll be fine. I suggest when it does dissolve, you take your troublemaking self out of my city. I have no interest in having to babysit you while I'm trying to work. He raised his arm and aimed, readying himself to swing away. That's not what I meant, Deadpool called, the hint of desperation in his voice halting Peter's departure. Seriously, man, you can't just leave me like this. What are you talking about? Peter started to say as he turned towards Deadpool. Deadpool nodded his head significantly down, indicating his lower body and the very obvious erection that he was sporting. Well, welly. Oh, said Peter. Yeah, said Deadpool. When did Peter knew he was going to regret hearing the answer, because seriously, Deadpool, but he... Peter knew he was going to regret the answer because seriously, Deadpool, but he couldn't stop himself. Grammar. Was it the fighting or the tying up? Question mark. The fighting, Deadpool muttered. Oh, he loves a bit of rough play, does he? Peter's eyebrow arched up with surprise, though Deadpool couldn't see it. Seriously? Yeah, well, don't tell me you didn't get hard fighting sometimes. And fuck, have you seen your ass? Spidey, have you seen that ass? You got a fine booty there. Hey, Spider-Man, turn around, let me see that booty to work. All pert and tight. Twit like a toiger, and gliding under that spandex. Peter flushed, as he was glad that his mask hid his face. Okay, I get the point. The tying up bit made it worse, because seriously, mixing a little shibari style, I don't know what that is. And you should be charging money for this. It's so fucking hot. ... I get it, Spider-Man insisted more forcefully. Deadpool pouted petulantly. You asked. I know I did. And I regret it. Me too. Me too. I regret ever starting this series on this channel. No going back now.
Anyway, seriously man, you can't just leave me like this. I don't want to be left hanging in your webs in this state for someone to come by and laugh at me. Or worse, snap a shot on Instagram or tweet this shit. This city is superhero central. Someone will come by, I'll get laughed at. You know, how's the guy's feelings? They were tucked up in a tight corner on a rooftop, not particularly visible unless someone was flying directly past or overhead, which, considering Deadpool's point that they were in a superhero central, was entirely possible. Deadpool might be an annoying mercenary who probably deserved most of what he got, but Peter wasn't that much of an arsehole to leave someone in such an embarrassing state. There had been enough terribly embarrassing things that had happened to Pete that was spread all over social media, so he knew how much it did hurt. Still, he could resist being a bit of a bastard, because it was Deadpool, and Peter was at least somewhat of an arsehole.
Is he? I've never known Peter Parker to be a bit of a brick. Spider-Man always seems so nice. So he had to give the guy a hard time first. He placed a hand on his hip and commanded, "Beg me." Beg me! Stop it, Deadpool, just beg me. What? Deadpool wondered. Confusion was clear on his face despite the mask. And how do you know? Oh no, his features are very movable in his mask, which is really weird. You heard me. Beg. And he did. Oh, please, Spidey, I need this. I need to feel you. Your hands, your mouth. Oh, please, your mouth. The hot wetness enveloping me. I need it, please. Enveloping. Peter's jaw dropped open. Wow, That was not the kind of begging he had been expecting. He had thought Deadpool would beg to be released, not for release. Oh! Oh, puns. Woo! Part 2 is called The Truth.
Spider-Man was just standing there at the moment, but Wade figured out he only had a few more seconds before the superhero got over his shock and kissed his ass.
Not literally, metaphorically.
What Wade was saying was completely true. He had thrilled in the opportunity to say it in a way that he could pass off as a joke, so he continued, desperate and breathless. I need you. Please, oh please, I need you. Fuck me, bend me over, slam into me, make me scream. I need to feel you inside me, filling me up. Fuck me until I can't stand up. Please, please, I need it. What are you doing?
Wade broke off the begging. Sorry, that all took me by surprise then. There's a lot of things there that he said. Wade broke off his begging in confusion as he discovered that suddenly Spider-Man was pressed up against him and sliding down his body. Like a proper striptease, like wow, You were the one asking for this, you, Spider-Man retorted, and then he was lowering Deadpool's pants and boxers down his thighs. I never assumed that Deadpool would wear boxers with his, okay.
At some point in all of this, Spider-Man had pulled his mask up over his mouth, and yes, that was indeed Spider-Man's mouth touching him, licking him, and oh my god, Spider-Man was swallowing him, and he couldn't...
I'm coming. He barely got out. That was quick. Fucking hell. Calm down, Wade. Pull it back a bit. Rein it in. Jesus, I'm coming. He barely got out in warning before he shuddered, shooting cum into Spider-Man's mouth. And they wrote Spidery-Man into Spidery-Man's mouth. This is a new character. He's coming. He just swooped in. Spider-Man's still standing there like, what are you doing, Spidery-Man? Wade watched as Spider-Man leaned back onto his heels and wiped off some of the cum that had dribbled out of the corner of his mouth. He hadn't been this quick on a draw since he was a teen. That's what I said. Put it back. And he had cum in Spider-Man's mouth. And you don't just do that to someone without making it sure they want it. Damn right. Consent is key, guys. Do you want this in your mouth or... Nah. On your back or... No.
That's quick, Spider-Man said. Spider-Man didn't sound upset about having Wade's cum in his mouth, so that was a relief. He did not sound amused. Oh, but he did sound amused. He was laughing at him. And that was almost as bad. Because now Spider-Man was going to be laughing at him about how pathetic he was.
Harsh, man. Fucking hell. And he wanted to curl up into a little ball, cover his face with his hands, or at least pull his pants back up. Yeah, I'd suggest probably doing that first before you cover your face with your hands. It wasn't at all sexy that he was this pathetic. No, it's not. I can't help it, Wade protested. I wasn't expecting you to actually... And it's been such a long time since anyone... And you of all people... Wade was sobbing with frustration. Spider-Man was on his feet. Shush now, shushy, shushy, shushy now, Wade. He hushed as he placed a single finger on Wade's lip. This isn't the crying I want to be hearing from you. Wade started, but Spider-Man cut him off. No. Spider-Man's tone was firm. I don't want to hear anything out of this mouth that isn't telling me how much you want me to fuck you. Wow, powerful. There was a commanding edge to Spider-Man's voice that made Wade shiver. Really? You want... Spider-Man stepped back, and Wade ached at the loss of his touch. Shit. He had said the wrong thing, and Spider-Man was pointing down to the rather impressive erection that was tenting in his spandex. I'm reading this one very dramatically, and I'm acting. That stopped Wade's crying for certain. How long has that been there? He asked, bewildered. About the time you were telling me to bend you over and fuck you, Spider-Man shot back. Wade grinned. Classy. What? It's been a while for me too. Spider-Man stepped beside him again and slid Wade's mask up, exposing his mouth, and Wade freaked out again because his face, and he couldn't. He has got a really weird walnut head. Poor Wade. Where did you say you wanted my mouth? Wade shuddered with pleasure. On my dick? On my dick? Again? You've just, like, shot your load. Just on it again, please. I want it back on my dick again, please. Thank you very much, thanks. Just your dick? No, not just my dick. Where else do you want my mouth? Everywhere. And Spider-Man's mouth was on his and they were kissing. How many parts are there to this? Because if there's like, you know, 5, I may have to stop. Pete wasn't generally into guys. He had that one-off thing with Johnny Storm. Don't know who Johnny Storm is, except for Black Cat. Who the fuck is Black Cat? You called me Wade, Wade marvelled. Marvelled. I love puns. We could talk about feelings later, Wade. I'm not interested in what you got to say. We can lay down and chat about, you know, ambitions and shit, and marriage and kids, but for now, I just want to suck your dick. Can't do this anymore, guys. It's just talk and oral, talk and oral, talk and oral. Between the fingering of his arse and the mouth of his cock, Wade wasn't going to last much longer. Gross. Not gross. It's not gross for men to do that. But it's just gross in my head for Spideypool. I'm like, ugh. No, they're superheroes. All they do is save lives and nothing else. They don't have sex with each other. Stop it. I just don't like fingering the butt of bumholes. I just don't like anything to do with bumholes. We don't really need a condom, Wade explained. Yes, you do. STDs are a thing. Can't catch anything on the off chance you did something, and there's nothing you could catch from me since I've got nothing alive in me but the cancer. Oh. It's like a pity shag, isn't it? I'm dead inside apart from the cancer, so don't put a condom on. No, I haven't gone all the way, not with a guy I mean. I've done a few, you know, hand jobs with Johnny Storm, but who hasn't? Who the fuck is Johnny Storm and why is everyone touching him? I need to Google it. Oh, he's the Human Torch from Fantastic Four. Well, shit. Bring your hand here, Wade told him. What? Peter said. We need some spit for lube, and I've got an idea to make it a little more fun than just knocking a loogie on yourself. So your hand, not that one, the other one that hasn't been up my arse already, if you please. What the fuck am I reading? What was that paragraph? Blech. You know what? It's just it's very wordy. Which, you know, is something that I should appreciate with writing, being a writer. I appreciate things that are descriptive and wordy, but not when I want to read smart. So I kind of read, you know, some of it out, and I kind of just skimmed all the way to the bottom to see if there's anything good. They just, you know, they have sex, and I'm sure you can use your wild imagination or go and read it yourself. It got boring. That was such a mean thing to say, but I was just like, nah, spit in my bum. It didn't say that. I don't know what said that. Don't do that. Have sex, Spideypool, OTP. Anyway, thank you so much for coming and seeing me today. I feel like I have to apologise after every single one of these videos, so I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for reading out things like this. And I will see, oh, that's not the outro. Can't remember it. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I fucking forgot my own outro. I really appreciate it. Push all those lovely little buttons at the bottom. Remember to follow your dreams no matter how small they are. Even if your dream is to become a superhero and have sex with Spider-Man, why not? And I'll see all of you beautiful people in the next one. Bye, 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 bye. I wonder what the next one's going to be that I do.